There's a funny thing about people. People often don't aren't fully honest, but it's not honesty. It's because they're not fully in touch with why they're doing things. Sometimes you ask people, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why do you want to do this? They can't quite give you an answer. They have a feeling they want to do something. They want to lose weight, or they want to go raw, or they want to change your diet, but they don't really fully know or understand why they're doing it. They've not really thought it through. So people often aren't very in touch with themselves, and we're not really in touch with our body in a way that people like to think they are. And you know but we lie to ourselves. We've all done it. We've all lied to ourselves. And with the raw food thing, it's a big place. The food thing is a thing where people lie to themselves, and it's dangerous, and sometimes it gets encouraged. So there's these like fake statements and fake ideas about self-love and stuff like that people use to not make changes to their diet, simple changes that will improve their life. Hey, the most important thing really is to love yourself. Is it? Is it? Whatever diet you do, love yourself, love your diet, you be you. We're all different. We're all the same. We're all love. We're all, really? I don't think that helps. If someone is in a really bad space because they don't like where they're at in their life, you can change. And the idea that you should instead pretend that you're happy with where you're at and say, I am perfect, I am happy, I am fine just the way I am. Well, you might not be. What if you've got some problems, and what if there is a solution to those problems that's relatively within your grasp? When it comes to health, we're talking about changing diet. Can you lose weight? Yes. Can you get fitter? Yes. Can you cure your skin problems? A lot of them you can. Can you get rid of your various diseases, illnesses, symptoms, conditions? Yes, you can. It's in your control. Instead of like people just accepting where you're at. Now, you accept where you're at for things that you can't change, but accepting things that you can change, especially when it comes to your diet, your lifestyle, isn't self-love, isn't loving. It's like living in a prison and pretending that everything's okay when there's tools to break out and be free of the things that are holding you back. So I don't like a lot of that stuff when it's used in the context of I don't need to change, I don't need to improve, I don't need to. Now maybe you're perfect where you're at, and that's fine, but I don't see any negativity in a person accepting I have things I can be better at, things I can improve at, I can improve my diet and lifestyle, I can make steps towards that. Now, it can be difficult to make changes, and so people resist things that are difficult, and it can be emotional, and people resist things that are emotional. It can be stressful, and people want to avoid things that are stressful, but it's not self-love. It's not loving to pretend that you can't change, or pretend that it's not better for you to change. It's not an improvement to fall in line with this doctrine of I'm just going to love myself, who I am, and I'm going to order KFC and McDonald's, I'm just going to love it. That's terrible. It's not self-love, it's abuse. It's addiction, it's abuse, it's a lack of self-control. None of these things are good, and it creates a cycle. I think the body positivity thing creates a cycle where people don't just get fat or put on weight, but they put on more weight. That creates a real cycle of bad mental health. We've got people that are putting on weight, so they become less active, they exercise less, they're less active, they're less involved in the world, and all these things that help you de-stress, like exercise, like being around other people, and maybe being at an exercise class, maybe being at the gym, dancing, different things. You're not getting involved in things like that anymore because you're putting on more and more weight. How is that positive? And then that leads you to overeating more, leads you to more. It's the negative spiral of people putting on weight. it becomes such a mental thing to do with mental health issues as well. It is not a positive thing. It's not a self-loving thing to say, hey, I'm gonna accept I'm perfect. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. There's nothing wrong with saying I have things I want to change. I've got things I want to work on. In fact, it's part of the important thing of feeling good in life is to have things that you're aiming towards, have a direction. A lot of people are just directionless. They feel like their life has no meaning. They don't know where they're going. They feel out of control. They feel they're in this kind of chaos every day where they just get pulled and pushed in different directions. It's because they've not set any specific goal or direction that they're going. And you can start to take control of your health just by creating some little goal of something you're going to change. You're going to eat a piece of fruit every day. It's all about momentum. Changing your lifestyle is a momentum game and a consistency game. It's not about you going raw today. It's not about you going vegan today. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about you changing habits. And you change habits in small ways first, and you build up momentum, and gradually the habit is bigger and bigger and bigger. The change is bigger and bigger from what it was. And as you pick up that momentum, you have more desire to change and change more and make a full-on change, because you think, why am I still holding on to this stuff that's holding me back? Why am I holding on to these habits that don't take me into the direction I want? What you want is to build habits that take you towards the life that you want. If you've already got those habits, fantastic. If you don't, then start working on changing those habits. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if it's today, right now, or this week, or this month. It's about the rest of your life. So don't think you have to go on a juice fast for 90 days right now. That won't work anyway. What you want to do is start changing habits. Changing habits so that you never go back. You change to a new lifestyle that you never slip away from. And you keep on improving, and you go down and you gather momentum. That's really what it's all about. Some of you that are complete beginners to this, it takes a while to get further down the runway. You know, it's like everything in life is the same. So it is difficult, the road to better health, the road to giving up cigarettes, the road to giving up drugs, alcohol. It's difficult. What are you going to do? Just to keep doing it? What's the alternative? There is no alternative. Oh, I'm happy, I'm single, I'll never have a relationship. Well, you're just going to remain the person that's single? You're not going to think, maybe I need to change, instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to work on self-love. Like, you're just going to love yourself. It sounds a little bit like selfish love sometimes when people say self-love. Maybe they mean selfish love. Maybe if you're not in a relationship or haven't had the relationship you want, maybe you need to change. I know that's hard for people to hear. I know it's hard for people to think, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I could have been a better person. Maybe I need to meet more people or be more open to people. Maybe I need to stop having ridiculous standards about the people I let be in my life, right? So, I don't know about you, but every day, I do little things, not huge things, but I'm learning French. I do a little bit of French lessons on Duolingo. Free plug for Duolingo. I do meditation. I do a bit of stretching. I've started to get into the more fitness, doing some stretching. In Thailand, I was doing a little bit of calisthenics every day. I've started to get back to a little bit of exercise every day. I'm trying to build momentum with that because I want to be a fit person. I want to be fit and active. I sometimes try and write down goals or write down affirmations, and I really think you need to have a direction you're going in. People are scared about like, oh, I'm just going to be grateful for what I've got, and I'm just going to be right here. That is honestly and you can do both at the same time. You can be grateful for what you've got, but also have a direction that you're going in. But it's a dangerous place. I'm just going to be grateful. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to, where's your potential? Your potential is way out there ahead of you. And you've got to map out the rest of your life. It might be 80 years, 70 years, 60 years, 50 years. You've got so much time and so many things to do. So many opportunities. What are you going to do? Just stay the same person? You don't want to explore these different parts of you? You don't want to explore different potentials? I don't know. Why do people think it's only when you're a child? Oh, I wish I'd done that when I was a child. I wish I'd got piano lessons. Why don't you get them now? People say things like this. I wish I'd done sports when I was younger. Why don't you start now? I was never really taught to dance. Did some dance stuff in Scotland. You do Scottish country dancing. We did a little bit of that. I was never really taught to dance. I thought, every time there's a dance, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can kind of do little dance moves, but I'm not a dancer. Like, I should learn that. I never really learned to swim properly. I started to learn to swim properly in Thailand. So I've done it, and I still can't swim really all that well, but these things, like, you've got this potential to do all sorts of things. If you're a raw food person, there's so many things you could do. There's so many people that you could help. So many people you can help. So, but it's important for human beings to have a direction and a goal that you're going towards. Now, what a lot of people are scared of is that they'll fail, and then that'll make them depressed and unhappy. So never even bother doing it. But that's not the point. The point is having something to go towards. If you fail at it, you just create another target. You just accept it. That's called emotional maturity. It's important in life. It seems like people are spending their life trying to avoid experiencing emotion. It's silly. So, avoiding experiencing emotion is silly. Part of you progressing, moving on in life is that you're going to experience negative emotions along the way. Some of those negative emotions don't really serve us because they are more relevant for our past, when we lived in very small groups and we had a lot of and there was a very dangerous world we lived in, and they were very appropriate, but now they're not so appropriate. You don't have to be scared so much of making a change in your life, and if you can't fit in with your friends, you may be scared of fitting in with your friends or family, but you can find other friends. Like, that's the thing about them. You can go and live other places. We have so much freedom now compared to the past. So a lot of our emotions hold us back from realizing that and embracing that. But I need, as a part of life, of expressing the potential of you, expressing this energy of life force that's in you, is really to continue to grow. And people think you can't continue to grow, that at some point you've just got to settle and be happy with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with continuing to explore life. And there's a little bit of a message of just be content with you, stay there, be content and be grateful, be content, be happy with who you are. The problem that people are talking about is having some kind of neurotic psychosis about it. You shouldn't absolutely hate and loathe yourself because you're overweight. Of course you shouldn't. But you should also not completely just fakely love yourself and love the fact that you're fat. That's not right either. Here's what's right. This is not the best experience for me. I don't particularly like it. I know it's probably has some negative effect in my life. I'm not going to hate myself for it. I'm not going to be disgusted at myself. It just is what it is. But I'm going to start putting some effort into making a change. I'm going to start looking into it. How could I make a change? And taking a step forward into control, into taking responsibility, can make you feel amazing. Much better. Much, much better. When you feel that hope, that real hope that you can change, that your life can get better, that is a fantastic feeling. When you've taken a little piece of your life, and you're like, I'm going to figure this out. And then you start to figure it out, and then you make some progress. And each time you feel amazing as you progress towards your goal. And people are scared that they will fail. But you'll only fail if you stop, if you quit. With your health journey, you just have to keep going with it. You will fall off many times. Once again, don't hate yourself. It's part of the process. It's just part of the process. So sometimes you need help, sometimes you need support. You probably need education and all that stuff. I will mention, I've got the Beginner's Guide to a Raw Vegan Diet course. We'll have one more class to promote the course. It's a free class you can join on Wednesday night. I'll put a link down below and you can join that. And I look forward to seeing you there. Probably I've not updated the date on it, so if you go and look at it now, it might say Monday. It's Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday night. So I just want to say, the self-love thing can be a double-edged sword. Love can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes you think all love is good. You think love is always good. Do you think love is always good? Everyone's love towards you? As long as it's for your best, as long as it benefits you, as long as it helps you improve you and improve your life and have a better situation, and it adds meaning to your life and all these things. Anyway, it's an interesting question. So that's kind of something I wanted to jump on and say today. Feel free to comment below. You can go into the UK Footfest forum and we're posting there if you want to chat a little bit. We'll do that. We're trying to build a little bit of a community vibe, a place that people can all go and hang out. And thank you for watching, joining. Feel free to subscribe, share, like the video. We'll see you later.